Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center, this is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Hey, good Monday afternoon. I'm Nick Oresco, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. We do have some developing news to get to in Ludlow, where one person is dead after they were hit by a vehicle on the Mass Pike in Ludlow earlier today. That was at mile marker 54. It did cause some significant delays on the road. Let's bring in 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis with a look at current traffic.
Yeah, and I guess the good news here is that while we haven't heard anything official from Mass DOT in a little bit here, traffic seems to be running normally here on the Pike in Ludlow, so that's a pretty good sign. But you may want to avoid this area for the next hour or so if you can. Otherwise, the usual slowdowns here at the end of 291 as it merges with 91 South. Otherwise, 91 is in good shape, and the Pike west of the Connecticut River is also running along fine. Keep in mind, though, that temperatures are close to freezing as you climb into the Berkshire, so there may be a little slush on roadways. Let's take a look at temperatures right now. And again, we're in the low 30s up and down the Berkshires, mid to upper 30s to as warm as 40 degrees now in the valley. And we've had this round of scattered rain and snow showers. In fact, right now it's mainly occasional snowflakes falling. The good news here is that we dry out by mid-evening, and tomorrow is a much brighter day and even a warmer day. We'll show you with our 22 News Storm Team forecast.
President Trump is extending his deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz to 5 days. In a post on social media, the president said the U.S. and Iran have had productive conversations that could lead to a resolution in the war. He added that conversations will continue throughout the week and that the deadline extension contributed to these successful discussions. Despite Trump's claims, Iran has not acknowledged the extension or if any peace talks have taken place. One pilot and co-pilot are dead after an Air Canada flight collided with a fire truck on the LaGuardia runway late last night. According to the Associated Press, the fire truck was crossing the tarmac after an air traffic controller gave it permission to respond to another plane, reporting an odor on board. There were more than 70 passengers on the plane, and about 40 of those passengers and crew members were taken to the hospital with some seriously injured. Most were released this morning. The airport was temporarily closed after the crash and is now reopened at limited capacity. That's according to the Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy. The National Transportation Safety Board said it is investigating that crash. We'll have the latest updates tonight, starting at 5. Back here in western Massachusetts, one of the suspects involved in a 2024 shooting that left Officer Nestor Santos seriously injured was in Superior Court today for a pretrial hearing. Dwight Clark was one of the 7 people arrested from the incident. According to police, the shooting led to a sprawling police chase across the city. Clark, along with 3 other suspects, allegedly used an AR-15 style gun to spray an unmarked police cruiser that Officer Santos was driving to work in. 5 shots hit the cruiser, striking Santos in the face and the leg, costing him his vision in one of his eyes. Clark was held without the right to bail. Today, a motion of non-dissemination by the prosecution was approved. The next court date is set for April 23rd. Despite the stock market relief, the war in Iran continues to raise the cost of gas prices all across the U.S. According to AAA Northeast, the average price of gas here in Massachusetts is up 18 cents from last week, averaging nearly $4 a gallon. Today's price at the pump is 83 cents higher than it was a month ago and 78 cents higher than last year's price of $3.12. The national average has also increased 24 cents from last week and is roughly $1 higher than it was 1 month ago. Back now, meteorologist Brian Lapis have some clouds in place, also a few showers and flurries out there.
Yeah, it's just kind of another dreary day. It's a dreary day part 2 here. Yesterday we had the steady rain, and today it's been more of clouds and occasional rain and snow showers, and you can see it here on the clouds and radar. The good news here is that there is better news, or better weather, on the way. It's 22 News Storm Team Skycast shows some scattered rain and snow showers through about 7, 8 o'clock. And then after 9 o'clock, here comes the clearing. So we will clear out quite nicely here. Watch out, any standing water from today's rain will freeze overnight if it's not treated. So there could certainly be some icy surfaces late this evening and for the morning commute tomorrow. Brighter day tomorrow, a little bit of a breeze out of the northwest, and high temperatures will be in the mid 40s to as warm as 50 degrees here tomorrow afternoon, and another dry day expected on Wednesday. We'll track it with our 22 News Storm Team forecast on 22 News at 5.
Construction at the Springfield X intersection resumed today. This week, pipe work will take place on Dickinson Street between Burlington and Trenton Street, and electrical work will start on Sumner Avenue adjacent to Forest Park. Work is scheduled to take place through Friday, and Mass DOT says there will be parking restrictions and limited access to the area. Drivers should expect delays. March Madness is heating up. The men's Sweet 16 is set after the second round wrapped up this weekend. UConn is among the teams advancing in the tournament after beating UCLA 73-57 on Sunday. The Huskies now go on to play Michigan State on Friday. The first of the Sweet 16 games will be played on Thursday. In the women's tournament, UConn continues their push to defend their NCAA title after beating UTCA 90-52 on Saturday. They will now play Syracuse in the second round tonight at 6 o'clock. The winner will advance to face North Carolina in the Sweet 16. Tonight on 22 News starting at 5 o'clock, we have continuing coverage tonight on the construction at the X in Springfield. We'll take a look at how the work is impacting businesses in that area. Plus, the city of Northampton has closed the upper levels of a popular parking garage. We'll show you the impact. And we'll hear from the 2 high school seniors who were accepted into more than 40 schools combined. We'll have their thoughts and plans after graduation. Brian?
Traffic seems to be running along fine right now. I-90, the Pike, is in pretty good shape. Keep in mind that we had that earlier accident in Ludlow, near the Ludlow exit. But right now, at least this indicator is showing that we're okay there. And a couple of minor slowdowns at either end of 291 and 91. Looks okay. Rain and snow will taper off this evening. A couple of bright days for the middle of the week. We'll track it on 22 News starting at 5.
And updates anytime, our website, wwlp.com, the free 22 News app, and always on 22 News Plus. We'll see you tonight, starting at 5.